Most of the things that have always been aggravating to me is that we have had a policy that makes one superior to the other.
So when you get into Congress, will you vote against U.S. military aid for Israel?
Absolutely. If it has something to do with inequality and not access to people having justice.
The midterm elections gave Congress the most diverse group of Democratic lawmakers that we've seen in history. And in addition to diversity in gender and sexual orientation and race, what that has also meant is diversity in worldview. And one of the areas that we are seeing that diversity cause the most tension is what Democratic lawmakers believe and feel about Israel and the West Bank. Specifically, lawmakers who have been very critical of Israel's occupation of the West Bank have had no problems voicing that and showing their support for the BDS movement, the Boycott, Divest, and Sanction Israel movement.
It's hurtful not just to me, but to many Jewish members I've spoken to.
Would you like to see an apology?
Well, more than an apology, I hope that we're able to educate all of our colleagues about appropriate statements. They're hurtful.
Even in Representative Omar's apology letter, she made it very clear that Democrats and Republicans should have no problem calling out what she considers to be problematic lobbyists. And she listed the NRA, she listed the fossil fuel industry, and she also listed AIPAC. Recently, some lawmakers on the right have spoken out about the need for Democratic leaders to take a more active role in criticizing some of these lawmakers.
Do you see these cases as being directly comparable to the Steve King case?
Yes, and more so. And I think this will not be the end of this. And if they do not take action, I think you'll see action from myself on ways that this cannot sustain itself.
The lawmakers who are what they would consider holding Israel accountable and holding America's support of Israel accountable feel like they have to be true to their base and their own values, and so they're not going to walk away.
To label me as some sort of anti-Semite, I can tell you, from campaigning against Take on Hate to pushing back against so much racism and bigotry against everyone anybody based on their faith, is what I do on a daily basis.
When I see Israel institute law that recognizes it as a Jewish state and does not recognize the other religions that are living in it, and we still uphold it as a democracy in the Middle East, I almost chuckled.
They're really frustrated with their critics, and they see hypocrisy among their critics. They point to lawmakers like Representative Steve King from Iowa, who has been allowed to express views and ideas that resonate with white supremacists for years before Republican lawmakers responded to him. All of this is of concern to many people watching hate groups, because we do know that in the past several years, there has been a rise in anti-Semitism, and many people believe that it's because of some of the conversations coming out of Capitol Hill, even as far up as the White House, that have made people who have ideas that are not supportive and sensitive to Jewish people feel more freedom in vocalizing them.